I would like to discuss about the inverse and identity under addition and multiplication. Okay, here let, uh, let us discuss and again we recall the identity, existence of identity and existence of inverse, or identity property, inverse property. Identity means generally the number is add with any number, we get the same number, that is the identity. Suppose a is belongs to q, then there exists additive identity. Means here existence of identity under addition. Under addition means 0 is the identity element, it is also belongs to q, such that a plus 0 equal to 0 plus a equal to a. The identity is same, a identity is as it is same when we add with the 0, so we call it as 0 is the additive identity. In the same way, multiplicative identity, here we multiply with any number to that number, we get the identity. Actually, what is the multiplicative identity? We know that the multiplicative identity is in the table 1. We multiply any number with 1, we get the same number. Okay, so a belongs to q, then there exists 1 belongs to q, such that a into 1 equal to 1 into a equal to a. It is the existence of identity under addition, under multiplication. Okay, in the same way, inverse. Inverse means the additive inverse is the subtraction, multiplication inverse is the division. Okay, here we take a is belongs to q, additive inverse means just we change the sign, minus a belongs to q. Under multiplication, a belongs to q, then reciprocal of that element is the inverse of multiplication. Here, check the condition. Inverse means we get the identity. Identity, what is identity under addition? 0. When we add the number with the inverse, we get identity, that is called as one to another inverse. Here a is the inverse of minus a, minus a is the inverse of a. Okay, in the same case, under multiplication means we multiply the number and multiplicative inverse, we get the multiplicative identity. So a multiplicative identity, multiplicative inverse is 1 by a, 1 by a multiplicative inverse is a. Here 1 is the multiplicative identity, 0 is the additive identity. Okay, you remember additive identity is 0, multiplicative identity is 1. Okay, and one more thing here, we remember some points. 0 additive inverse is 0 only. Why? Because 0 has neither positive nor negative. Okay, it is neither positive nor negative. So 0 additive inverse is 0 only. Okay, in the same case, 1 multiplicative inverse is 1 only. Additive inverse is 0, additive inverse is 0 only. Okay, 1 multiplicative inverse is 1 only, minus 1 multiplicative inverse is minus 1 only. So 1 and minus 1 are their own inverse under multiplication. 1 and minus 1 are their own inverse under multiplication. Under multiplication, 1 inverse is 1, minus 1 inverse is minus 1. In the same way, under addition, 0 inverse is 0 only. Okay, under addition 0 inverse is 0. Under multiplication 1 inverse is 1, minus 1 inverse is minus 1. These will come in the fill in the blanks in the MCQs. It's most important. I would like to discuss about some MCQ questions on additive inverse, multiplicative inverse, additive identity, and the multiplicative identity. We know that in generally additive identity is 0, multiplicative identity is 1. Additive identity is 0, multiplicative identity is 1. Okay. Additive inverse for 0, 0 only. Multiplicative inverse for 1 only, 1 is 1 only. And one more thing we discuss for 1 and minus 1 cases. For 1, the multiplicative inverse 1 ones are 1. For minus 1, the multiplicative inverse is minus 1. Just you check out. Minus 1 into minus 1, let it be. After the multiplication, we get 1. 1 is the multiplicative identity. Here, 1 is inverse to 1, minus 1 is inverse to minus 1. These will come in the MCQs. Okay. Here, first problem is find the multiplicative inverse of the following. Multiplicative inverse means already we discussed in the previous video the reciprocal of a number. Here 2 is there. 2 reciprocal is 1 by 2. So the multiplicative inverse of 2 is 1 by 2. Check out multiply of those two numbers. Did you get it? 1 or not? Yes, it's 1. So 2 multiplicative inverse is 1 by 2, 1 by 2 in multiplicative inverse is 2. In the same way, 7 by minus 5 multiplicative inverse is minus 5 by 7. Don't write equal, it's never equal. Just you write the employees case, only one arrow. That is nothing but multiplicative inverse. It indicates as multiplicative inverse. P by Q multiplicative inverse is Q by P. Reciprocal. Minus A multiplicative inverse is 1 by minus A. Minus 5 by minus 7 multiplicative inverse is minus 7 by minus 5. Minus 5 multiplicative inverse is 1 by minus 5 or 1 over negative 5. We can call it as. Find the additive inverse of the following. Additive inverse means just we change the sign. Here 1 by 2 is in positive. The additive inverse is negative 1 by 2. Negative 3 by 4 additive inverse is 3 by 4. You add it, get it additive identity or not. 1 by 2 plus of minus 1 by 2, it's 0. Minus 3 by 4 plus 3 by 4, it's 0. P by Q additive inverse is minus P by Q. Minus X additive inverse is X. 0 additive inverse is 0. Negative 5 by negative 7 additive inverse is negative of negative 5 by negative 7. Okay. Don't just here you simplify it. Negative negative get cancelled. 5 by 7. The additive inverse is negative 5 by 7 or negative of negative 5 over negative 7. Third question. Find the sum of 1 by 2. Okay. Sum of 1 by 2 and the multiplicative identity. What is the multiplicative identity? 1 is the multiplicative identity. Okay. 1 is the multiplicative identity and additive inverse. What is the additive inverse? Negative 2 by 3 additive inverse is positive 2 by 3. So, sum of 1 by 2 and the multiplicative identity of rational number and additive inverse of negative 2 by 3. That is positive 2 by 3. Now, we simplify it. Take the LCM. 2 and 3 LCM is 6. Then 2 3s are 1 6s are 3 2s are. 1 3s are 3 plus 1 6s are 6 plus 2 2s are 4 equal to 3 plus 6 is 9, 9 plus 4 is 13, 13 by 6 is the answer. Write the rational numbers which are their own multiplicative inverse. Already I discussed in the starting of the video. Okay, here 1 multiplicative inverse is 1. 1 ones are 1. Minus 1 multiplicative inverse is minus 1. Okay, you write 1 and minus 1 are having their own multiplicative inverses. Their own multiplicative inverse. Fifth question. Write the rational number which are equal to additive inverse. Only 0. 0 plus 0 equal to 0 only. So 0 has own additive inverse. Own additive inverse. You remember, under multiplication 1 and minus 1 have their own multiplicative inverses. Under addition 0 has own additive inverse.